This episode of The Morning After with JP and Big Joe is sponsored by The Warrior Room. High-intensity interval training, boot camps, yoga, guided meditation, all from the comfort of your own home. Are you still unsure about going to the gym? Is it icky? Are there gym dudes giving you bad vibes? Not to worry. Let their 100% certified trainers and instructors get you the personal care and attention that you need. And with sessions starting at just $12, well, that's a steal, okay? Go to thewarriorroom.com, schedule a session today. And with that, let's start the show.
This morning I crawled out of my bed. My back was really aching. My eyes were cherry red. It's just the morning after. I don't remember who was here. I'll eat a slice of that cold pizza and wash it down with warm beer. I got that not so fresh feeling from my head down to my toes. I think I had a good time. Heaven only knows. It's just the morning after. Lord, it's funky up in here. Help me now, yeah. I'll eat a slice of cold pizza and wash it down with warm beer.
Yeah, you got it now. Hey, welcome to The Morning After with JP and Big Joe. I'm JP, right over there, as always, Big Joe. How you doing, Big Joe?
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
Good morning. I think I put the wrong kind of mushrooms in my breakfast today. I'm not feeling too well.
Yeah, that was funny. It took you a solid 30 seconds to reply to me there. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay, good. We missed you. Glad to see you back.
No.
Oh, come on. Stop this.
Are you going to ask me for like $10,000 or I'm not going to see my kids again, or what's going on?
What is going? Or who are you talking to? Are we having two different conversations right now?
I don't know.
Joe, welcome back, my friend. How are you doing?
Well, thank you.
Why are you giving me nothing today? What is this?
What's that?
What is happening? Why are you giving me nothing today?
I'm having trouble understanding you, my man.
Is the connection poor, Joe? Should I take you out and bring you back in?
Huh. We might have some lag here going on.
Oh, good Lord. All right. Come back. Come back later, Joe. Leave the show. Come back later. Oh, this is awkward. Get out of here. This is awkward. Anyway, welcome to The Morning After with JP and Big Joe. I'm JP. Usually Joe is there. He's having some connectivity issues. What's up, Camel Toe? Oh, no. You got the best name. Joe's back. Joe's back, baby. That's my boy. We're happy to have him back, but you saw that. That was strange. Strange intro. Usually goes well. Usually goes really well. But he's having some connectivity problems, so we're gonna have him. Exit and re-enter. It's very strange. None of that happened before we went on the air, but as soon as we clicked go live, well, shit happens. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. Had a lot of fun with Vic Stone last week. He's a fucking barrel of fun. He's a good dude. From Vindicator, from South Amherst, Ohio. It's nice to have a friend out in Ohio. I don't think I'm ever going to go there voluntarily, but if I do, I probably got a couch to sleep on. But he's got kids, so I don't know. Might be weird just having some guy. Here we go. Hands down, most entertaining show. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we're off to a great start. Joe's not back. We thought he was. Is he back? Yes, that is the question. Let's find out. Let's see from, let's get it from the horse's mouth. Is that the expression? Do I have that right? Welcome, everybody. Big Joe to the show. How you doing, Big Joe?
Oh, hey. How's it going?
Oh, that's so much better. I thought you were just fucking with me. I thought you were giving me nothing. I thought you were trolling me.
I thought you were fucking with me, to be completely honest. I'm like, all right, JP's running this gag a little bit longer. Okay, do I go like, what the fuck, bro, or do I play this out?
No, man. I thought you were doing a gag on me.
That's hilarious. No, all I heard was JP talking in slow motion.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's weird because that didn't happen. That wasn't happening to us before we went on the air. So I was. That's exactly why I thought you were fucking.
It was a gag.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, folks, for spending the first 5 minutes of the show with us trying to figure out what the hell we're doing. But that's the beauty of the live broadcast. That's why we do it.
Well, you know what? All it took was a little reboot of the good old iPhone, and here I am.
Is that what's going on? Okay.
I could only assume. It might be the weather. Every time it's a little funky out here, my connection's a little funky.
Are you a believer that you're an iPhone user? Are you a believer that when it's time to, or when they release a new phone or a new update or something, they like purposely start fucking your phone up? Do you think that's true?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. See, I used to be like, nah, why would they do that? And then I started thinking about all the reasons why they would do that. I'm like, yeah, they probably do that.
I definitely feel like they do that. I mean, they've already been in trouble for making the batteries not work that well,
Yeah.
And so you'd have to buy a new phone after a certain amount of time. But I've always seen, I'm sitting there playing with my tablet because I'll have an iPad as well. And the thing just don't work as well as it did. I'm like, why is this all fucking up? And then you look, I'm like, oh, there's a new update. And I feel like they jam up your stuff so you get those new updates. They just want to be up in your business a lot more, so they jam you up.
I wish someone would jam up my stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're being jammed, sir.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I think it's funny that the iPhone, one of the things that I think it's the newest iPhone, or maybe, yeah, in the commercial, one of their selling points for the new iPhone is like, it's shatterproof. Why would a phone ever have to be rendered shatterproof? It shouldn't be fucking glass in the first place. Remember they made those iPhone like 4s or something and the whole back of it was like glass. If you breathed on it wrong, shattered. Why would you make a phone out of glass?
It's pretty genius. I mean, everyone's so loyal to or not everyone, but a big handful of people are loyal to that brand. So
Yeah.
Let's make a phone that fucking breaks.
I think they're just loyal to like the camera, right? Because like Android phones, they seem to work just fine except for that shitty looking camera.
Honestly, I mean, I'm loyal to Apple just because it's super user friendly. I'm not, me, I'm not a good computer person, but anybody that I've known that is a computer person and is smart in that kind of field loves Android, because of the custom factors of it, and I just don't know how to do any of that shit, and nor do I really care.
Yeah, you definitely don't care. You're not a computer guy. I think when we were getting this show started over a year ago, you had in your possession a laptop, a microphone, a real microphone, and I'm like, Joe, what is stopping you from getting that set up so we can both have microphones and computers? You're like, nah, I don't know.
It's just, I don't have the box for it, and I mean, my dad uses all that stuff, and he's sitting there recording an album with it, which I'm really impressed that he's figured that out. I'm like, I hope when I'm that old, I figure that out. But I'm not there yet, so cool.
You're set in your ways like an old racist uncle.
Uh, racist uncles or something else, man.
Yeah, we all got them. We're not proud of them.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Um, well, maybe has it dawned on you to perhaps, I don't know, ask your dad for a quick once over on how to do it?
I have. Um, and maybe one day I'll get there. I'm
You
hoping. You know
thought
what I
about it?
try to? I thought about it. I try to get my kids to do it. You know,
Yeah, they're smart too.
I'm like, hey, can you learn how to use this recording software so you can record my music for me? Like, nah, no, playing Xbox can't do it. I'm like, damn.
Damn. Have you offered them some kind of compensation?
Well, I know that I asked Jaden to bring me a cup of coffee, and I made him breakfast, and he's like, nope, not gonna do it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
it's like
breakfast is
playing Dead by
implied.
Daylight.
Breakfast is implied if you're a kid, from your parents. I expect breakfast from my parents. That's just me. They've been making it every day anyway.
Man, I made a dope ass breakfast too. I didn't think I'd have enough time to be. I thought I'd be on here shoveling my breakfast in my mouth.
Well, let us know, what did you have?
I had some rice and some potatoes and some eggs, and I always like to make a little something out of the leftovers that are in the fridge. So we
Mm-hmm.
had
Mm-hmm.
I had barbecue baked beans, and I had some sausage. So
Oh,
I chopped that shit up and fried it up, and then mixed it all together with a ton of fucking Carolina Reaper powder.
powder. You have Carolina Reaper powder?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I need to see that.
Ooh.
Send me a link or something where I can.
I will.
I
It's
love hot stuff,
it's
man.
expensive now. I remember when I first started buying it, I could buy like a big old thing of it for
Mm-hmm.
like under like what $30, and now it's like
Mm-hmm.
$60 for. I had to buy like a little tiny jar of it. But yeah, no, I got that, and then I got some other stuff that's seasoned that I bought locally at the farmers market. It's called Reaper Dust. And that's good
Reaper
too. I just feel like
dust.
that has too much sodium in it. But if you put that in anything, it's yummy as all hell.
Okay. Well, I like hot shit, Joe. I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
hot shit. Um, you've been a hot stuff guy for a long time. I remember over 10 years ago, I went to the old pizza spot that you worked at, and you pulled something out from behind the counter that was not available to the regular customers. I'll try some of this Dave's Insanity sauce, and it tasted like fucking shit, dude. Dave's Insanity tasted terrible. And it was insanely hot. I remember it made
Yeah.
my friend throw up on the way home.
Oh, dude, I remember one time I got Dan Souza to eat some
Hmm.
um, one year. I think this was before you were in the band because
Hmm.
Jeremy Power was in the band. We were going to L.A. and everyone the next morning, and everyone was staying the night at my house. And I remember he asked for a glass of milk. I was more than happy to give it to him. But my favorite thing with the hot stuff, I don't know if it's something that I made because I've always been buying the powder, and you mix it
Yeah.
in with a bunch of like pizza stuff, like oregano and basil and
Yeah.
all the fun stuff, right? And then you put like, just a big old pour of that stuff in. And there was this really annoying customer of mine, and he was sitting there one day, and I don't know, it was his payday. He was probably down on his luck, but he was getting really drunk. And this fool was sitting there like, hey, I want something hot. You got something hot? And I pull out this container and it says Big Joe's hot stuff. Caution, extremely hot. Like, because people would put it on there and be pissed because it's so hot. Like, this is hotter than anything. Like, what are you even thinking? Do not put this on your food. You're going to cry. It's that hot. If you're old, you're going to die. Type of thing, Like, please don't put this on your shit unless you're a fucking lunatic.
That is a very, very thorough warning.
It couldn't be thorough enough. Someone would put it on
Hmm.
there and I'd get some sort of complaint. So like I would keep it behind the counter,
Yeah.
like you would have to go through the test. It normally took like 3 weeks, and then I'd finally decide that you were worthy. Kind of like if you saw Fight Club, the whole process of like sitting outside on the porch, and you sat
Yeah.
on the porch. I don't know if you've seen Fight Club. I don't think you have.
I have seen Fight Club. We
Oh,
talked
you
about
just
this a
okay.
couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Gotcha. That's right. I don't know. You just huge fan or
You know, I watched it and I liked it, but I don't remember.
Cool.
At some point, it became the greatest film in the world.
I know.
To everybody else, I remember liking it, but not that much.
Okay.
But anyway,
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Anyway.
You did see it though. So, but anyways, this guy's really drunk and he takes it from me. I go, be very, very, very careful. And he goes, nope. And he takes it from me and just runs off with it.
He said
And
no.
I'm busy.
Wait, why did he run off?
Because
Where's
he was
he
being
going?
a drunk bastard, you know. And you know, you've been at my restaurant to where like sometimes I'm so busy I don't have time to entertain people. So I'm like, okay, well, you go do this. I'm gonna go take care of my shit. And anyways, a customer comes up and goes like, hey, that guy is over in the booth and he's sleeping. And I go over and he was already really drunk and he like drank half his beer and I could tell he put it on his food and he took all this stuff out of his pockets and arranged it on the table. His head was on the table and his arms were out, kind of like almost like as if someone killed him. And his shoes and socks he took his shoes and socks off.
So
and
he intended to sleep there. That was his. He was going to spend the night.
It got so hot that he needed to pass out. Like it was sitting there going like, oh, I'm getting a little too, you know, when you do it a little much, you're like, I need to close my eyes for a second. And I think he did put too much on there. And he started, you know, if you put too much hot stuff on there, it feels like you kind of got punched in the face. Like when you're like, oh, this kind of isn't okay. Like, whoa. Yeah. And I think he hit that thinking he was a hot shit. And it turns out the hot shit was hotter than him. So, but yeah, you're sitting in a restaurant, a packed restaurant with your shoes and socks off, sleeping. I had to call a mutual friend to come pick him up. He left. Came back a couple hours later and didn't even realize that he was there earlier that day, passed out with like his shoes and socks off. Dude, it was pretty good. I was like, okay.
Wow. 2 hours later. That's hilarious. He's like,
he
hey,
went
you
and
know what?
played like a softball game.
I could definitely use some pizza right about now. Some spicy
exactly.
pizza.
I was like, you don't remember being here earlier? He's like, I was here earlier. I'm like, you fucking nice guy.
Yeah. You fucking nice guy.
What a nice young man. I was like, your parents are proud. I know it.
So wait, he played a softball game? This was in the afternoon?
Yeah, he showed up in the afternoon and then went and played a softball game and then came back.
Did I miss that part of the story? Oh my gosh, in the afternoon. Just drunk.
Well,
just fully blacked out.
You know, some people are good at sports like that.
Yeah, for sure. Like all those football players, basically up until like 1975. I'm pretty sure they're all just drunk on the field like the whole time.
Drunk and who knows what else, you know? I
mean, yeah.
In the 70s, cocaine was huge though. I mean, so that kept you from doing stupid shit. Even though
the cocaine did.
It kept them from acting out of line, so they probably kept their shit together.
Okay, yeah. See, I've never tried it, but if I understand cocaine correctly, you can drink all night when you snort it. I sound like such a dork right now, but yeah, I've never. Apparently, you can.
I never dabbled either. Yeah, but from the stories that I heard, it kept you from blacking out. So maybe the guys, were able to knock back a few cases and then go off and rock and roll.
Yeah.
If they did that kind of thing in the NFL.
I have a friend who will rename Mameless. I almost said remain name anyway. Yeah, one of those guys. I have a friend that I remember telling him how disappointed I was. Not who the fuck am I to judge? But I was like, really? You did a bunch of coke last night? Really? And he was like, yeah, but man, you can drink all night when you do coke. And I was like, who would want to do that? There's a reason your body stops you, like when you drink too much, like your body literally stops you from drinking more. It fucking, you throw it up. But like if you do some cocaine, you can drink all night. Who would want to drink all night?
I can tell you that sounded fun to me, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Putting stuff in my nose was never really my thing.
I probably would have done it if it was free and I was at the right age. You know what I mean? Because I was an idiot. I would have tried anything when I was like in high school. But I probably would have tried it, but it never got offered to me, and I wasn't about to buy some. So. That was,
and you know what? We probably wouldn't be here today to tell the tale.
Yeah, we'd be all scabby. We'd be all scabby and maybe in jail. I don't know how cocaine works.
Right.
Do you go to jail?
I go to jail, but not that kind of jail.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I
There's
don't
so
go
many.
inside. I just hang
Well,
out on
well,
the outside perimeter.
For those who don't know, Joe takes employment at a jail. Um, he's a fucking badass. That's what he does. He'll he'll have an inmate in one hand and an inmate in another hand fucking around. And he'll conk their heads together and be like, "Stop fucking around, okay?
No,
Now
I
behave." And
don't
they'll
have.
now shake hands, shake hands. We're not going anywhere till you shake hands. And then they shake, and Joe will say, "Okay, on your way, but first eat some food. I just made a bunch of delicious food. Then be on your way."
It's not that glamorous. Nor am I a CO or an officer of any type. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm more of a glorified babysitter.
Right. Yeah. Like
you
a
know, and it's
CO.
actually what's that?
Like a CO, really. I mean,
Yeah, but without the training and without, I'm not an officer.
okay.
So,
Yeah.
and I don't work
Okay.
for the county or the state, which actually that's the reason why I took the job. I thought I was going to be able to use it as a springboard working for the state or the county and
What do you want to do for the state or the county?
make money.
Oh, okay. It doesn't matter what, but you just
Oh yeah, pay that child support.
okay. There's good benefits that come along with that, I imagine.
Normally, you know, but
Okay.
like I
Okay.
said, use it as a springboard. You start somewhere, and you
Mhm.
know, eventually they're gonna realize that they could waste your time and use you somewhere else, and that normally comes with more money if you move up the chain, right?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
But I have a pretty easy job, and I don't know, for at least right now, I tend to keep it that way. It's
Okay. Okay.
you know, I don't think I've ever had a job where I could bring my bass guitar in and play music for you know a couple hours out of the day.
Have man, maybe one day you can perform for the inmates. How fucking sick could that be?
That would be cool, but yeah, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm sure that's some sort of audible contraband. No, I don't know.
But it's definitely a privilege, right? You know, to hear music from the outside world. So
They have a radio, you know. So I mean,
really, I don't know what the fuck happens in prison. I don't want to know, but I don't know what they're allowed to use, what they have, what they don't have, whether they can watch the Ellen DeGeneres show in the afternoon or not.
I'm not quite sure what goes on in their world. I have two
Hmm.
big old doors that are electronically opened in between my world and their world.
Oh,
Which
that's
actually,
sick.
I've been describing the job recently is very interesting because I'm in between these two worlds of the officer and the
Hmm.
inmate, and then I'm kind of in here, kind of watching them do their thing, and I'm neither.
Are you
You
like
know,
behind? You said you're behind a mechanical door. That sounds pretty. That's
to get into the main jail.
is it like Mystery Science Theater 3000 where you have to like go through like six mechanical fucking doors to get to where you're
I
going?
wish there was six that were that cool. You know, I've been on a huge Mystery Science Theater 3000 kick. Um,
Do you watch
I've
it on
been
Twitch?
I follow their Twitch. I get
So
notifications.
24
I
hours a
have
day.
no, I have a channel.
Hmm.
What is it? I just realized one of my new TVs that I got for the kids that I taken from them.
Hmm.
What is that? It has you can connect it to the internet and it has its channels on there.
Oh
And
yeah, I
there's
know what you mean. Like the free TV that's on like the smart
yeah,
TVs. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So there's a Mystery Science Theater 3000 channel that's on
There
24,
is.
and
Yeah.
that's I go to sleep to that shit, dude. And
I've
um,
been I've been watching it
sometimes
since
the
I was a
movies
little
are
kid,
so
man.
bad, and oh, dude, I fucking love it too. They're on tour right now, and
Really?
yeah, I've been watching it for like the last 6 months, just nonstop.
It's
Like
so
that's the
good.
only. It's, but I enjoy it.
It's they're still doing it.
Yeah, they're on
There's
tour,
actually there's actually two sort of it's almost like Queensryche in a way where there's like two
right?
versions of the show happening at the same time. It's like which one there's like a version with like the original creator of the show and then there's like the version riff tracks. Have you heard of riff tracks? It's basically
Yeah,
the other version of it and it's like most of the guys from the original uh doing basically the same thing. So,
yeah.
yeah. It's like
No, there's.
Queensryche.
I found like what I found three, if not four,
Mhm.
different variations from those guys.
Yeah.
You got riff tracks, and then there's
Mhm.
another one. I can't remember what it was, but I just realized and there's another one where they don't even have their silhouettes; they just talk over it.
They do that with riff tracks. I know that.
Is
It's
that
just yeah, you just hear their voices.
what's the one where there's another one where they're all standing on like platforms and it's like them just like kind of chilling?
I think that was Cinematic Titanic. If
Gotcha.
I'm
And I've heard
God,
them
I'm
talk
a
about that.
fucking nerd right now.
Right?
But yes.
Oh, dude, I'm all into it. Like, I actually ran into a guy on Friday that was wearing a, a beanie of the robots, a couple of the characters.
Oh, that's
Was that
amazing.
Crow and what's the other dude's name?
Tom Servo.
Tom Servo. And
Yes.
I was like, dude, Mystery Science Theater 3000, dude, I've been and I kind of geeked out on him, and he just kind of looked at me, and then he walked away from me. Like, I just don't think he was able to, like, you know me, if I get excited over something, I'm like, oh shit, what's up? Like, hey, and then the energy is a
Yo,
little too
Joe,
hot,
that
and they're
dude
like,
sucks. That dude
like,
sucked, man. That
whoa,
dude should have been nicer to you. That's bullshit.
man, the guy kind of,
Fuck
if he's
that, man.
watching,
Oh, I'm sorry. Does he
maybe
get that all? Does he get a lot of that all day? Does he get a lot of people complimenting on his Mystery Science Theater 3000 hat? I fucking
probably
doubt
not.
it.
Maybe,
Yeah, he should have been a little
maybe
nicer
he
to
just,
you.
I think that he just didn't like share my enthusiasm, or he didn't know what he was wearing.
Oh,
Because I do the same
yeah,
thing to my
yeah,
kid. My kid Jaden, he'll be wearing one of my shirts. One
yeah.
of my older shirts that I've
Mhm.
kept that I can't throw away, and he'll pop out. When I see him, and he'll be wearing like a Testament shirt from like 2004. Like when like the reunion show, like
Yeah.
when they got their guitar player back, and like even like the original bassist. And
Hmm.
I pop out and I go, dude, you're wearing a Testament shirt. That's fucking dope, bro. And he's like,
You're like,
you
yo,
got a dope ass Metallica hat. That's fucking sick. And he goes, yeah, I just grabbed it.
yo,
All
son,
right,
I didn't know
cool.
you listened to Anal Cunt. Fuck yeah. Fucking sick.
So we were driving home. I don't think he listens to that, but my son has. I've talked about before. He has gotten on a huge music kick, and
Hmm.
he's obsessed with Megadeth. But we're
Yeah.
driving home the other day, and he's like, "Hey, can I put something on?" I go, "Dude, I really don't want to listen to some like video game music. Like, I was listening to a podcast.
Hmm.
I was listening to our show. It was I got done with last week's episode, and then the week before that started playing. So I was listening to that, because I was feeling the show, and I was like, yeah, no, this helps the time go by
Hmm.
on the road because we spend a lot of time on the road. And he goes, I just want to put something on. I'm like, no, like, all right, I gave in. He's my baby boy.
Yeah.
And he puts on some motherfucking Motorhead, and I was like, kind of brought a tear to my eye, going like, all right, son, like this ain't some stupid shit. You pick some good stuff. We sit there and listen to fucking hella Motorhead on the way, and he knows his
That's
shit too. He knows his trivia for the most part, and
that's
it's
gotta feel
exciting to
good.
see.
Yeah. You know, wow, that's gotta feel good. That's gotta feel good. You want to
No,
see your
exactly.
kids happy doing. I mean, I'm not a father, but I imagine you want to see your kids happy doing whatever makes them happy. But when it's something that you like as well, wow, that's got to be priceless, man.
It's pretty cool. I got home late last night. I'm walking through the door, and the fool stole my blanket, and he's passed out on the couch. Um, and the living room's a mess. Half of that fault is mine.
Yeah, you're
But
like, my son.
he's passed out. It looks pretty rock and roll, and like you could hear like he had some music playing on, and
Uh-huh.
I was like, I remember my early 20s too. Just passed out wherever you were, just like music still playing, like halfway falling off the couch. Stole somebody's blanket, and you're like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I was like, dude, I think my son's more metal than I am. Like, I mean, I'm not the most metal motherfucker. Like definitely, there's way more people that are certified and qualified
Yeah,
than I
you're a
am.
poser. It's okay. Yeah.
And I just see him. I'm like, dude, that guy is pretty fucking rock and roll. Like,
Not a poser.
I he's living it, man. Like, I don't
That's
know, he's
why.
living
That's
the
what I
life.
mean. He's not a
You
poser.
know, his Xbox controller is about to die because it's not plugged in. He's living life on the edge.
Holy shit, dude! I wish I had the balls to do that. Oh my god! As soon as I see that notification, your controller's running out of battery, I run to the charger.
Right. And who knows how long he's been passed out. And he likes to play, so yeah, he probably woke up in the middle of the night and
Yeah.
fixed that shit before he went back and got in his own bed.
Who knows how long he's been passed out? Could be days, like Zach Wilde getting. You know that story? Is that true, or is that just a weird rumor that he was like Zach Wilde walks with a limp, right?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not too in on Zach Wilde.
Neither am I. That's why I feel.
Zach Wilde.
Yeah, that's why I feel a little weird telling this story. Maybe someone can confirm this, but if I understand correctly, Zach Wilde was like hanging out, and he was sitting he was sitting on a bed, but he had his one of his legs like tucked under his other leg, almost like half cross-legged. You know, I don't know how to explain this. I was gonna do it, but fuck it. He's sitting there, and he's basically sitting on one of his feet, essentially on a bed. He falls asleep because he's doing a lot of drugs, and falls asleep with his foot underneath his other leg. So basically, like in a half hour, that foot's gonna be falling asleep because there's no blood, the circulation. So he's out though from like drugs. So I think he got like gangrene in his or gout or whatever happens with that, and he walks with a limp like to this day.
Damn. Yeah. No. I mean,
Is this
I don't
real?
know. I know the same thing.
Someone told me this. Someone told me this with the most confidence, so I feel like it's real, although it might not be. Dominique, please look that up. Please look that up.
I know Dave Mustaine in the early 2000s. That's why Megadeth broke up, because he kind of fell asleep on his arm, and he woke up and his shit was fucked up.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Well, it wasn't his leg. I don't know.
I know I'm kidding, but Dominique looks up Zach Wilde limp on Google, and the first thing that comes up is, why does Zach Wilde hate Limp Bizkit? That's good. So maybe this is just some urban legend or whatever, like Richard Gere hit a hamster up his ass kind of thing, or Lil Bow Wow got raped by his bodyguard. Remember those urban legends?
I remember both of those. Didn't Richard Gere I remember, I think about 6 months ago, me and a buddy of mine were sitting
He did it again 6 months ago?
No.
Oh, I didn't let you finish. I'm sorry. Go on.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really follow what Richard Gere does in his free time, so maybe he decided he wanted to give it a shot.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe this time will be different. But I know about 6 months ago, I was sitting in a 7-Eleven parking lot in the middle of the night with a homie drinking coffee, and we got talking about Richard Gere and the gerbil, and we looked that shit up.
Yeah.
We had to know if it was true or not. I don't remember the results. Isn't he like a gerbil activist?
Yeah.
I think he's a gerbil or a hamster activist.
Richard Gere gerbil story: the definitive history and fact check. Wow. A highly questionable cultural history of Richard Gere's ass gerbil. Wow.
Ass gerbil.
This is really long, but I feel like they're just gonna. Okay, until I see video, I'm just gonna say it didn't happen. Okay.
Right.
All right.
This is starting to go down along the lines of the Beatles album From Another Dimension.
The Beatles are all dead. They never really existed. Wait, was it? No. They still exist, right? They never broke up.
They never broke up.
Okay.
But there is a theory that the Beatles aren't the original ones. There's a couple
all
Beatles
four of
theories
them
out there. Yeah, like they've all been replaced.
Yeah. As we mentioned the last time, I do remember the Paul is dead. I've heard that one.
Right.
We have here we go. Camel toe, oh no, thank you. Zach has blood clots in his leg, but I've never heard that story. Okay, so all right. That's half confirmation, and that's good enough for me. At least I wasn't wrong
on Twitch.
Yeah. At least I wasn't wrong about the leg thing. I know he has something up with his leg, man. Maybe I'm Yeah, that guy that told me that story, I don't even talk to him anymore. You can't trust that dude.
You know, I think there's only
Uh,
one Zach Wild album that I really enjoy, and I never really give him a shot after you know.
is it a Black Label Society album, or is it, or does he do solo stuff, or
I think it was like a solo album. I don't know if it was Black Label. It was Hangover Music, like Volume 20 or whatever it was. It was like Volume
okay,
6 or,
okay.
but it was, I don't know, like there was some
Well, what
good
did you
stuff
like
on
about it?
there. The songwriting was good.
Oh,
It was, I don't know if it was necessarily good for hangovers, but I mean it was like a chill album, and
yeah.
probably would be something that you put on, but that was back. I picked that up back in the day when you didn't have the internet or the internet on your phone.
Yeah.
Um, so like, all right, this album looks kind of cool. Like, ooh, hangovers. Like, I like hangovers. I could relate to this. Like when you
Okay.
just bought things
Okay.
based on the cover, digging through the record store. And
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an album that I still put on for.
Okay. Okay.
I'll probably listen to it today and see if it still holds up.
What about Pride and Glory? Have you heard that one?
I have because uh, one Mosh Branham always really, really talked about that album and said he always put his stamp of approval on that. I remember listening to it, not recently, but I think that has to be on the list.
If the mighty Josh Branham likes it, it's worth a listen. That's what I
Yeah,
say.
it's
He's
worth checking out because
yeah.
Mosh Branham. I mean, I don't know. You listen to what that guy has to say.
I wish he'd come on the show.
Me too.
I really wish he would. We do a live show, folks, every Monday. And turns out that Monday at 11 a.m. isn't the best time to get guests on the show, considering it's the smack in the middle of a weekday. Some people
You,
work.
you know, it's winter vacation though. I mean, shouldn't all these people be off at home in front of their computers and gathering around with the family and listening to the morning after with JP and Big Joe?
They should. They should. We do get requests from people to come onto the show, and they're not always as interesting as Mosh Branham. I would love to have Mosh Branham on the show. Mosh, Josh, if you're listening to me, come on, man. Hit me up. You're interesting, man. We want to talk to you. We like you.
Mosh is a very interesting and a killer musician.
Absolutely love him.
One of my favorite guitar players like ever.
Love Mosh.
All
Love
around
Mosh.
fucking good person.
Miss that guy. Miss Mosh. Come talk to us, buddy. Anyway. What is there to talk? Oh, I'm wearing my my favorite Metallica shirt to commemorate the 40th anniversary of Metallica, I think.
Yep.
They had 2 shows over the weekend in San Francisco at the Chase Center. I heard the set lists plural were a diverse crop of deep cuts and hits and stuff like that. They played Shortest Straw. Come on.
Ooh.
It's fucking awesome. Oh, love to hear Shortest Straw. What stopped you from attending one of these shows, Joe? Was it time, money? Are you not in the fan club?
I wish I was in the fan club. I'm only a part of one fan club.
Guar?
And Metallica, yeah, it's only Guar. I'm part
Yeah.
of a. I don't even know if that fan club's even like if I'm even recognized by Guar anymore, because they used to send us like comic books and different things,
Yeah.
and then just all of a sudden that stopped, and they probably were
Mhm.
like, "Fuck doing this." Like, let's just reboot.
I think fan clubs need to be more of a thing again. You know?
I'm well. I mean, it's so much easier to get information now. You don't. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
true.
people are interested in bands as much as they used to because I mean, or even like artists because it's just so easy to get that information. You just like pop up their Wikipedia and like, cool, I know everything about Dave Brocky now.
Yeah, but
You
before
don't
I
need
could
to
even
pay that
ask,
extra money.
Yeah, before I could even ask why don't fan clubs really exist anymore, you pretty much answered the question right there. Is we already have this access to the artists and creators that we love.
Well, and you and Vic were
Um,
talking about like Patreon last week.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, that's almost like the new fan club. Like if you
yeah.
love a group that that much, if I'm in love with the group that much, I try to
Mm,
go buy their stuff independently.
yeah.
Um, like on their Bandcamp, instead of,
Hmm.
or like a big band, I'll go to their website, and buy from their official, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Most of the time, if I'm like, oh, dude, I need a new Motorhead shirt, I'll just fucking hop on Amazon. But if I need that Fog of War shirt, I'll hop on their Bandcamp, so they get that money. I don't know if Fog has a Bandcamp.
I don't know either. Fog is a quiet. They're a quiet group. You know what I mean? They they they're quiet. They're dormant. You know, they lie dormant.
That's sometimes the biggest threats. You just don't see them coming.
Personally, I love it. I don't like when bands post every single day. They don't need to. There's really no point to post every single day. But I understand how the game works, and it's all about algorithm, and it's all about notice me and presence and
Yeah, it's too bad where that's gotten to. I mean, as lame as MySpace was, it
hmm
was perfect that way.
oh
I don't.
so
I think there was less drama on the internet world too,
hmm
because we didn't have feeds. We weren't part of an algorithm. Like if I wanted to know what JP was doing, I actually went out of my way to check out JP's page,
hmm
and I'm like,
yeah
oh, I'm that interested. That's why like again, it's our the information we just get so much of it to where like, dude, whatever, but like I'd have to go check out your page, and if I was obviously that interested, I'd check out your little blog thingy. And I'm
yeah
like, dude, JP's fucking dope, and like here's his opinions. And then you check out his top 8, and you're like, damn, what's up with this
well
with what he has zombie holocaust on his top 8. Okay, and then you go there and you're like, damn, like Fog of War, Hatchet, Devastator, and laceration on their top 8, and then you just go down this rabbit hole of information that you're interested in versus
yeah
like information that you're really not that interested in because they're trying to sell you stuff.
well
Even though I like buying stuff from my friends.
MySpace was sort of like everyone's personal website
Yeah,
almost. You know, it had everything there. It had photos, uh, a spot for tour dates, a fucking
music,
bulletins. Remember bulletins?
right,
That was the status back then, or if you wanted to make a post, you had to make a bulletin. You know,
right.
and that was in a nice little section of your website, your MySpace website. Man, it was so good for bands. And I think, did I talk about
It
this with you
was.
or Vic? But once everybody switched to Facebook, left MySpace behind, Facebook was, whatever, 11, 12 years ago when everybody did that. Facebook was terrible for bands. And then 11 years later, it's even worse.
Well, I remember they used to make you pay for more people to have traffic
They do that
on your
now.
page.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, it's kind of
No,
lame.
not just to get your posts on the feeds of everybody that follows you. Like they already clicked like on your page, they already follow you. Just to get your posts in their feeds, you have to pay extra. What the fuck?
I mean, it's
It's
smart as all get out, but I
it's
mean,
fucking borderline criminal.
well, definitely. I mean, but there's people out there who pay it, either going to pay it or not. So I just don't, you
Yeah, and
know.
those guys are hustlers, I guess. I hustle for my craft. You know, I pay hundreds of dollars to a mega corporation to get my shit in other people's feeds because I'm a
Well,
hustler.
if you're making that kind of money, I mean, if that money's coming in, if it's paying for yourself, I can see,
Yeah,
if I had,
yeah.
like a record deal and I was making all that stuff, or the record label was fronting that stuff, but I don't got a
Yeah,
record deal that looks like that, you know.
a record deal. Those things aren't even things anymore, are they?
It's just a loan. If you're able,
Yeah,
I was talking about it the other day though. I mean, you're starting to see a lot more new music from people because you could make a record label, and
yeah.
you could be just as as good. I mean, there's ways of putting it out there and being successful. Look at Tank Crimes. I mean, over the years, like, you know, not a lot of people knew who Tank Crimes was, and the internet really was able to, you know, unless you met Scotty himself, you know, and hung out with him, you wouldn't know. You know,
Yeah.
now he's getting fucking attention from everybody and getting great bands on there, and
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
he's a great fucking success story. You know, what a great guy.
Was was speaking of Tank Crimes, they was it 2020 or 2021 when they decided that we're just going to release one record this year as a record label, and it was Necrot's Necrot's record. Maybe the time is just ever since the pandemic started. I have no idea what month is what and when things happened
Right.
anymore.
I can't remember when that album came out, but I would say that was such a big success for them. What a great fucking album.
It was a great album, absolutely. But I just love the idea that they said it before, you know, months before the album came out. They were like, we're only releasing one record this year, and it's Necrot's Mortal. Like, that is, I don't know, it's pretty badass, and it just feels it's like a power move. You know what I mean? Like, one fucking release.
Well,
the
that
whole
way they
year.
can
It's all
focus
we're
on
doing.
that one release.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
again, your posts are being buried in everything else and everybody's opinions of the ongoings of the world right now. And I don't know, that's just focus on one thing. So if your post comes up, it's only the one thing. You know, I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty smart.
That-
He's got records to move.
I thought so too. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Shout out to
you got to make
Tank
that money
Crimes.
to put out that next record.
And running a record label isn't you know, running a do-it-yourself record label
Right.
is not. It's not money bags, folks. It's a labor of love, as they say. That looked delicious. What do you got? Coffee? Look,
It's a coffee mixed with a protein
milk and
drink,
sugar.
pretty much.
Mixed with what? I'm so sorry. I spoke over
Protein
you.
drink.
Oh, a protein drink. Okay. Yeah, looks delicious, man. I just have regular old water.
You know, I didn't have time to get my water going. I try to drink a gallon of water a day, and you know, that's helped with my sleep like
get started.
tremendously.
Oh yeah, always have a drink next to you, man. Smart.
I bring my water bottle everywhere with me and just fucking chugging that shit down.
Smart. Nobody drinks enough water. Nobody.
Well, it's good for you.
You remember that contest that radio station had up in the Sacramento area like 15 years ago where they killed someone from drinking too much
Yeah.
water? Wasn't that crazy?
It was hold your wee for a wee.
You fucking got it. You remember it. That's amazing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I remember everybody talking about it the next day. They were saying like cuz a nurse called in while they were doing the contest and she was like, "Yo, like these people are in danger. You can hurt these people. There's something called water intoxication and they can die." And one of the radio hosts was like, they were like dismissive. They were like joking and laughing, and one of the radio guys was like, "It's okay. They all signed a waiver." And then they like hung up on her. And someone
in fact,
actually fucking died.
someone's mom actually did die.
Yeah, someone fucking died from drinking too much water. Can you believe that?
I mean, they were drinking a ridiculous amount of water.
Yeah, and the idea was just keep drinking and don't pee. But then, oh man, somebody warned him, and I'm pretty sure none of those guys have jobs.
I mean, even when I first started trying to drink like a gallon of water a day, I used to fucking feel bloated and
Yeah.
had to pee every 5 minutes. My body's used to it now.
Yeah.
And the first half of the day, I actually try to drink that whole gallon at work.
Yeah.
And I have a timetable to get it done. You know,
I think they say how many ounces are in a gallon? Is it 64?
no, that's a half gallon.
Okay, wait, 64 is a half gallon?
Uh-huh. I always thought that was a gallon too. I was like, yeah, because at first I would say I was drinking a gallon. Like, yeah, I'm drinking 64.
Okay, because oh man, I need Coach Laura to help me out here, but I thought 64 ounces was the number you're supposed to drink. Is it a gallon?
And I've heard like, so a half gallon is what you should be doing.
Oh, okay.
And then if you're like, you know, in the bodybuilding or like working out and trying to live that life,
Yeah.
they say a gallon for that, you know.
Okay.
So, but 64 ounces, yeah, That's a half gallon.
That's more than most people drink, honestly. A half
I
gallon,
know.
right? Yeah.
I mean, even
Yeah.
if I forget or if I have a busy day, like I don't even think I got a half gallon in. Yes, no, I didn't. You know, and I could feel it too. I feel sluggish, but my body couldn't hold it. You know, and now it's just like a normal thing. I drink it in my first half of the day. I don't
Hmm.
pee every five or 10, or like waking up 6 times in the middle of the night and pee. Like my body's adjusted to it. But it took a couple months to actually be able to. I chug water like I'm trying to get fucked up. You know,
And it
like I'm
never
playing catch
works.
up at a party.
Oh yeah. Isn't that always funny when you show up late to the bar? Like, come on, man, catch up. And they make you drink like 4 shots and like shotgun 2 beers, and
Right.
I don't need to catch up. Can't I just play at my own pace?
No, I'd always have to play catch up, and then I was always winning. You know, and then everyone would be like, "Whoa, why is Big Joe so drunk?" Like, because you challenged him to chug to catch up. You know, and next thing you know, he's being a fool.
How did you getting back to the Metallica thing? Went a little
Yep.
off
Sorry.
subject. I don't know how we got here to
I
water,
encouraged
but
it, so we.
yeah. Well, I
It's
saw
not
you.
just
That
you.
was I saw you drinking that delicious thing, and then it turned into a water conversation. I wanted to ask you, have you seen uh the Wedding Band? Have you heard of this band? So
Um,
after, so yeah, go on.
you know, I've only seen clips, and it took me a second to figure out what it was. And I'm still not 100% sure, but I know that the bass player Metallica and the lead guitar player Metallica had a side band. And is that the Wedding Band?
That's it. They're the
Okay,
Wedding
I didn't know
Band.
if they had their own little bit. So it's a cover band.
So I thought this was incredibly badass. Metallica gets off stage Friday night at the Chase Center. Robert Trujillo, Kirk Hammett, they drive over to the Fillmore to play another set with the Wedding Band, and they just play covers all night and shit. And that's awesome, man. I know the Chase Center was probably hard to get into that night, but man, you're a lucky dude if you went and saw the Wedding Band afterwards. I think that's a little almost, well, I don't know if it's cooler than seeing Metallica, but it's just as cool. They're all wearing like
I'd say it's just as
tracksuits.
fun.
Yeah.
I saw
Um.
footage of, what was it, the singer of Death Angel?
Yeah. Yeah, he's up there.
Singer?
Yeah, they're playing War Pigs here. Yeah, there he is.
Oh, I didn't even see him. Where did he come from? I
He
saw
was
the other.
crouching.
Who's the
There he
other
is.
guy? Oh, he
It
was
looked.
ducked down.
I don't know who the other guy is. It looks like Harold O. Honestly, I know it's not him though.
Yes. How fun.
That's pretty cool. There Ooh, trading off. They're like, who's gonna sing lead? Both of us, dude.
At the same time.
I just want to point out, they're all wearing like tracksuits. Did you notice
Right.
that?
Well, Kirk Hammett looks like he like is wearing like a prison yard fucking
It's
jumpsuit.
orange. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm starting to feel like
Robert
I'm at work right now.
Robert Trujillo, he looks good, man. Is he like losing weight? Because I remember him being like a big dude.
I mean, he looks a lot thinner. I mean, he's always been like a pretty fit guy.
Yeah. Anyway, this is pretty fucking cool. I would have liked to have seen this. I feel like I should know who that guy in the middle is, but I don't.
They
I
didn't say in the
don't.
comments.
It might have.
Check their MySpace and see what's popping.
Wasn't that great? And you can just uh, pop onto someone's MySpace, get all their information. Let's see here.
Right.
Uh, the Wedding Band's lineup included Whitfield Crane from Ugly Kid Joe, John Theodore from the Mars Volta and Queens of the Stone Age, and Doc Coyle from Bad Wolves and God Forbid. I will admit I don't know which one of those guys was the singer.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to admit I'm not a music trivia guy. I don't know. But anyway, that would have been cool to see. I've seen Kirk Hammett play twice, and neither of those times was he with Metallica. I was very
Really?
lucky. I was at an Exodus show.
Hmm.
What was the occasion? Maybe it was like a Bonded by Blood like anniversary thing, but it was at the Oakland Metro, and I got in for free because the security guard recognized me and Jordan. Felt really fucking cool. I don't know if that's ever happened to you. Oh my god, never felt cooler. I don't even. I think we were just there like promoting a show. I think we were just trying to hand out flyers, and a security guard recognized me and Jordan. Just opened the gate and we just popped right into the smoking section. We were like, yes, dude. That felt cool. Anyway, Kirk Hammett came out and played because if you're not aware, he was in the band Exodus. And then one time at Anthrax, I watched Anthrax at the Warfield. And here comes Kirk Hammett. Comes out and plays some songs with
badass.
Anthrax. Yeah, totally cool. But I've seen Kirk twice. Never saw Metallica.
Damn.
What am I waiting for?
I am kind of bummed that I knew of Aftershock before I knew of the 40-year anniversary thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was too far away.
Yeah, you're out there, buddy.
A little bit. It would have taken what to get to San Francisco. It would have taken like 2.5 hours.
Isn't it funny how you live near the state capital, Sacramento? It's a big city. It's the capital of California, but bands they be skipping Sacramento, don't they?
They do, but it kind of and I've been kind of pissed about that, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But a lot of shows are coming around.
Mm-hmm.
But like Maiden, when they come around during the summertime, they're not coming through here. I'm gonna have to drive to Concord for that.
Are you gonna watch Bruce Dickinson on his spoken word tour?
No, but I'll go see Maiden.
Okay, yeah, me too. Same.
I don't know. I probably would. I don't know.
They have a clip on. They're advertising Bruce Dickinson's spoken word tour through targeted ads on Facebook. They're like, coming to the Orpheum Theater, near you.
Really?
Watch Bruce Dickinson's spoken word, and they have a clip of him doing his thing. No.
Is it bad?
Oh my fucking god! I am not gonna pay money to see that. It was like a whole minute. I think it's one of those things that like people are such Maiden fans, they'll pay for anything that has Bruce or something like that. It doesn't matter what he's saying. He told some story about like a shooting an alien with a ray gun and then skinning it and eating it, or making
Awesome.
a pair of trousers out of it, and like all the comments on this thing are like, it's those like stick to singing kind of comments. It's definitely cringy. I don't know. Some people feel, I don't know. Bruce Dickinson, amazing frontman, amazing singer. It doesn't mean you can just go and entertain a crowd by talking for an hour and a half. Expect people to pay for it. It's crazy to me.
Well, I mean, maybe he can. I mean, how much money is he making from this? I mean,
Good
obviously
question.
it's worth it.
I didn't get ticket information because I'm not gonna go. But
Right. I mean,
most
he's
of
probably
the-
flying himself out there, so he's making enough money for jet fuel.
I picture him in his little plane with a helmet and a little scarf around him, floating in the wind behind him. So cute.
That'd be awesome. Like some old like World War II plane.
Yeah, one of those planes. I don't picture him like flying a new plane. That doesn't feel right.
Yeah, he's
but,
got like a fucking massive fucking plane and takes the whole band and shit.
Does he actually fly the band when they
Yeah.
go?
I mean, I don't know the full details of it, but supposedly he does. I mean, he's
He's
got
like,
a
"Get
big
in,
old
guys."
fucking jet. It's not like a little private jet. It's a big old fucking plane.
Wow.
Eddie One
Wow.
or whatever.
Folks, yeah, man, I guess if he's got the license to do it, look, Joe, if you went through if you did your due diligence and went through the process of getting a pilot's license, I would trust you. I'd get in a plane with you. Yeah, why not?
That's scary. Is I have two friends that have pilot's license, and I don't know if I'd want to. I mean, I'd probably do it just to say I did it. I'm really big on that, like. But I'd probably never do it again.
What if it was one of those little planes?
Yeah, so I have a friend that has like a little plane to where you're stuck in there
No,
like a sardine can, and you're
never.
like, oh, if we crash, like, yeah, I'm gonna hit my head. Like if the crash doesn't kill me, the fucking the seat fucking box, the bucket that I'm in definitely will.
Too many of those little planes be going down. I'm never gonna ride in. I don't care how much money I have. I'm never gonna voluntarily ride in one of those little planes. No.
You know, I might. I just don't see myself with the opportunity to.
Mm-mm. If now, given the scenario I presented to you earlier, if you went through if you got your pilot's license, and you said, "Hey, get in my big plane," my 747, I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." Those are solid. The little ones. How many? Just talking celebrities. How many celebrities have crashed those fucking little planes? Way too many. Way too many. I'm not doing it. Uh-uh.
Well,
Uh-uh.
I mean, how many celebrities walked away from it though? That's one hell of a story to tell.
You glass half full ass motherfucker.
One comes to mind is Harrison Ford. I know, like right before like the new
Get off my
Star Wars,
plane.
his one of his planes went down.
Did it really?
Yeah,
Well, obviously he wasn't in it. Was he in it?
no, he was flying it, and some shit like fucking malfunctioned, and he fucking landed that shit like a pro, like hero status.
Nav- like like navigating through an asteroid field. I imagine. Fucking, he's got experience, man.
No, exactly. He pulled some fucking Han Solo shit and walked away
Yeah.
from it. That dude's getting old, man. I mean,
Yeah, he is. He is. He is. Um, Point is, no fucking way. I'm not getting in one of those little planes, and I'm not going to see Bruce Dickinson on his spoken word tour. No. All the comments had the puke face emoji next to whatever.
oh,
Yeah, they would say something mean and then the puke face emoji. Not good.
I feel like the internet's pretty conditioned to trash on people, though.
Absolutely. It's knee jerk. Yeah.
It's almost like the only reason to go to Blabbermouth anymore is I feel like Blabbermouth, especially since we've been doing our segment, like the only reason why they're posting things because they're like, oh, our main pool is the people who comment on this shit, and this is gonna get some comments, like,
Of
especially like
course.
all the Dave Ellison stuff,
Ted
like,
Nugent. Ted
oh,
Nugent,
dude,
dude.
they're just
Everything
like,
he
hey,
says.
this is gonna ride, like this is gonna go over good, like this is gonna bring people to our fucking site,
I'm
and
quite sure that they dismissed the idea of just like being a real news kind of thing like a long time ago once they realize how many clicks they get with the stupid shit that they post.
hey, play to your strengths. I mean, if they get
Yeah.
fucking their money off of people fucking talking shit about other people's art, or
Yeah.
other people's most of the times wacky ass fucking uh opinions,
Yeah.
might as well. I mean, I bet you that site would be long gone. Like look at Metal Archives. Like how many of us use Metal Archives, but it's been the same format for like years, like 20 years. Like it's
It
like the
it,
page has not been revamped.
it looks that way.
It's like the same fucking thing, but it's updated all the time.
Yeah, like it's updated like rigorously if that's the I don't know if that's the right
Right.
word. But like my band's last album came out and I think like less than a week or like a couple days later like it was up on Metal Archives. We didn't email anyone about it. We quietly
Right.
released the record and it was all up there. Some German dude uh threw all
It's
of our
always some dude
information
from
up there.
Germany who gives a
Yeah.
fuck more than anybody here.
Those metalheads in Germany are true. TRVE. True.
Right.
Um yeah, those German guys, they love their metal.
You guys
They're
were
dark.
talking about Vic's album review. Where did that
Yeah.
come from? Was that Metal Archives?
Actually, yeah, I
I
think
missed
that's
that.
where he read it on Metal Archives. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, bad review.
Yeah. I mean, people review that shit. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vic feels like the guy had a grudge against him. Like, gave a bad review to their newest record, and then went back and like reviewed their old ones too. Like,
just to
God.
fuck with them, just to fucking
Yeah.
talk shit.
Yeah, yeah. But I give Vic a lot of credit for posting that review, because It's not a perfect world, folks. Bad reviews
You
happen.
know, sometimes you just got to show the world the ugly.
You
It's
do.
not his
You do.
ugly.
No, no, no. Not his ugly. I thought the record was great. I have it in my car right now. I listen to it all the time. They cover Tooth and Nail at the end. Dawkins, Tooth and Nail at the very end of it. It's fucking
Okay.
sick, man. Fucking sick.
I still haven't heard it yet. I need to get it. But I
Mhm.
will say I followed his "Who the fuck is Vic Stone" playlist.
Yes. Yes, yes. We shared that on our stories last week. Vic's Who the Fuck is Vic Stone playlist. Get to know him. Get to know the occasional co-host of the morning after. Yeah, I had fun with Vic last few weeks. Glad you watched. I thought you didn't watch shows that you weren't involved in.
Nah, that's not the case.
Okay. I know I don't personally. If one of my band members, if one of my bandmates is interviewed, I don't read the interview. I just sort of skim through to see if they mention me, and then.
Ah, no. Normally, if I like I said, and I go through phases where I get tired of listening to music. You know, it's
Mhm.
not to say that I listen to an oppressive amount of music. You know, but sometimes my head and my ears get burnt out.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean, the morning after, you know, covers a lot of fun stuff that you know, like I would probably listen to an episode of you and Vic versus an episode of me and you because the next thing you know, like I'll hear myself saying some dumb shit. I'm like, what the fuck were you even saying, you fucking stupid motherfucker?
No,
Shut that
no.
man up. Edit that
You-
out.
You don't do that. You don't do that.
Yeah, we're our own worst critic. You know, I don't want to sit here listening to me talk. I'll sit there and listen to me play an album. Like, you know, like I'll sit there and listen to my music and critique it and you know, I'm like, oh man, I should have held that note a little longer, or like, damn, that was
Mhm.
really cool of me.
Yeah.
But you know, like I don't know, not me sitting there surfing verbally. You know, like I don't know.
You know what is really awkward when you're watching yourself is, I think I mentioned it on the show. I've been going to school lately. I've been taking some film and video type stuff. I've been taking an acting for the camera class. And in this class, you know, you do scenes for the camera. And then once you're done with your scene, you go watch it. And I don't know if you've ever watched yourself attempting to act. You know, yikes. But it's good. You have to watch it. You have to watch it to get better, you know, to see what you're doing wrong. But oh my, I can't cringe any harder sometimes. But I mean, you know, I'm
I
a
don't
great
know,
actor. I will say I'm a fantastic actor. Okay, it's going well. It's going really well. Everyone says it's going well. Um, Leaders from all over the world say it's going well.
Oh,
But um, but yeah, just watching yourself can be really cringy. You know, it's partly it's the voice, but then when you start noticing mannerisms, you know, that you do, maybe you touch your face a lot, or maybe you do something. It's like, but it's good to see that stuff, so you stop doing it.
no, it is good because you're sitting there and you realize, like, man, I'm saying a lot, you
Yes.
know, or type of things, you know. Um, I normally don't. It'd be great for stuff like I don't know, like I like to do that for my like stage performance.
Yeah.
You know, because like when I'm on stage, I feel like I zone out and stop paying attention to like crowd, and I like crowd interaction so much, you know, and I'll start paying attention to what I'm doing,
Are,
you
are
know,
you
just as
even
like a
are you even able to sort of like pay attention to the crowd when you're playing? It's so bright and loud and.
I mean, it is difficult, but you know, like I've always like I just know being on the other side, like going
Mhm.
like, damn, dude, like that guy just looked at me, like Mark Osagueza just fucking crowd interacted with me. Or my favorite time was I saw Testament one time in Concord,
Mhm.
and I don't remember what it was, but Chuck Billy has like the stick that he sits there with his mic, you know, and the stick, you
Yeah.
know, and he'll sit
Yeah.
there and act like he's playing it,
Yeah.
you know, and he reached it out into the crowd
Hmm.
something, but it had delay on there. It was like Disciples of the Watch or something like that,
Oh,
where it just
okay.
like it cuts out and he sings. I
Mhm.
remember he reached out and me being the tallest dude, he puts it in my mouth and like the echo delay just like it was off. I go, Disciples of the Watch, you know, and it just kind of like didn't like off. It was really off. And I remember he just kind of looking at me like, all right, fucking. I was like, no, it's your effects, man. I don't know how fucking. No, do it again. Pick me again.
Give me one more shot.
But I was like, no, Chuck Billy.
No second
Chuck
chances.
Billy's one of my favorite vocalists, next to Mark Ozagueda.
I agree. Chuck Billy, he's amazing. Came back from cancer too. Had cancer. I remember it was touch and go there like 15 years ago. We weren't sure if he'd ever come back, and fucking nay, has he came back or what? He sure did. We got some comments here. I wanna pop these on. Vic was fun and had them smart books behind him. Thank you, Vic. It is fun to have Vic on the show. We love Vic. And I can't thank him enough for popping in on short notice.
Yeah,
and,
thank you, Vic.
Thank you, Vic, and thank you, Camel Toe Oh No, for popping in
Right?
and commenting. We like to have you. Love to have you. So thanks for
I noticed that too.
for participating. We got
She's killing it.
She's killing it. We got Dan Souza in the fucking house today, drummer of the great Three Towers. You've got their shirt on right now, Joe. Dan says, on the topic of old school websites that should never change, The List. Yes. Just plain text that lists all the Bay Area shows by venue or date. I hope it stays around. Dan's absolutely right. This website, it looks like it was created, in the late 90s. Probably was.
Right.
And Dan said it. It just lists all the Bay Area shows that are happening by venue or date. And there's no need to update the website. Besides, with new shows and new dates. But as far as cosmetically, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You got there. There's not a lot of bullshit to get to what the information you want. I remember I've had like days off going like, man, what am I going to do tonight? Well, let's check the list and see what's playing. Oh, damn, they got black metal at the Gilman tonight, or they got ska night at the Gilman tonight, or something, like, all right, let's go out to the city.
Yeah, you might see a name that sounds like a cum stain is playing at the Gilman. Did you say? I think you said Gilman. Cum Stain's a real band, by the way.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing them on a flyer back in the day. I'd be like, wow, their name is really Cum Stain. Like, good for them. And then I think another great band name. I love grind band names because they're just like, the whole point is to be gross, like to make people angry. There was a band called Neon Piss, and I was like, what a great band name. I love that, Neon Piss. I don't know if they were grind or they could be anything really. Neon Piss could be like rockabilly. Maybe.
Well, what's really wrong if your piss is neon?
Nothing. It means you've been either drinking Rockstar or eating a lot of, what's the vitamin that makes your pee neon? It's like
right
D or B12 or something like that. I take this multivitamin pack. It's like a bag of vitamins. I take it every fucking morning. I got to swallow like 8 pills. But it makes my pee neon. It literally makes my piss neon, and I'm not drinking any Red Bull or anything like that.
The first time that happened, did you freak out?
Yes,
and,
I did.
That shit?
Yes, I did.
Why is my piss glow in the dark?
Yes, why have I illuminated the room with my urine?
Don't worry, I did the same thing.
Okay.
I got a hold of that vitamin, and your body doesn't take onto it, or if you get too much, you pee off that shit. That's why. Yeah. If you take like a multivitamin, you take like 2, like a daily multivitamin, like you're just gonna piss it out. You're wasting the vitamins,
Yeah.
And there's a vitamin that we can't hold on to, and it'll make your shit, not your shit, but your piss. But I remember the first time going like, what the? It's way worse than Rockstar.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
Yeah. I called Laura because she had taken them before. I was like, yo, when you take these, is it, and she's like, yeah. Right. I was like, okay, cool. Because
how can she tell though?
Maybe she looks at it.
Because we're standing up watching it come out.
Maybe she looks at it.
Down. It's like.
Maybe she stands up, looks at it before she flushes it. She's done weirder stuff than that. So. Yeah. No, she's funny. But
that might have to be for. We might have to save that for the Annihilator episode.
Yeah, the Annihilator episode. It's not fucking happening, okay? Nobody wants this Annihilator episode except me, Vic, and Jordan. My friend Jordan, who's a massive Annihilator fan. He hit me up about it again. He was like, yo, I'm ready for the Annihilator episode. And I said, Jordan, you, me, and Vic are the only people ready for the Annihilator episode. Nobody wants this. There's no demand
I'd be juiced
for it.
on it.
Okay, well that's 4 people, Joe. That's 4 people, and 3 of the people are, you're attached to the show, so you have to be here anyway.
I'd do it.
Okay, I just don't think anyone would watch. Here we go. Here we go. Females always look at any of our toilet stuff. Okay? There you go. Thank you.
Good to know.
Good to know. Thank you for clearing that. What were you thinking, Joe? They just flush sight unseen?
Yeah, dude. I'd figure like, all right, let's just not even fucking think about that.
How do you detect like blood in your stool and stuff like that? You got to look, man.
I guess you do.
You look.
Yeah, but that's just because I'm a fucking weirdo.
Do you really?
I
just
figured that wasn't normal stuff, You
get on your knees, like really get close.
Right. And... Get my glasses on.
You should. You should look. I mean, maybe not that thoroughly, but it's important to look. We're getting older, Joe. We're not kids anymore. You got to start looking at your.
You get a stick and start like just making sure that there's nothing. I'm like, fuck, that's where my AirPod went.
I am sort of afraid to use those around the toilet, the AirPods.
Oh, right.
Like who knows?
You're like pushing and you hold them in because you don't want them to pop out.
By the way, that sounded hilarious. By the way, because your mic is in your AirPod, so when you covered up there, it sounded like you were in a submarine. That was very cool.
It was like the very beginning of the show, like literally, like that. I thought you were fucking. I still think that you were fucking with me.
No, I promise you, I was.
You guys
not.
were playing a joke on Big Joe, so I'm sitting there trying to play it off.
I think when you go and watch the footage back, you will see that I was legitimately confused, and it looked like you were trying to troll me.
Right. Well, I was like, I can't even understand what you're saying, so I'm like replying. I'm just like, all right, let's just try to come up with normal responses.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll match up.
That never works, Joe. It never works.
Oh man.
It never works. And eventually it's going to catch up to you because I'm going to ask you a real question and you're going to just answer indeed, which is sort of what you did.
Indubitably.
I was like, Joe, I don't think this is working. And you're like, absolutely. Or you replied with something that was definitely not a correct response. I was like, what?
Yeah. Oh, I saw it in your face. I'm like, all right, maybe this isn't a fucking, a thing.
Oh, I love doing a live show.
I think you booted me from the show, and I was like, okay, this isn't a thing. Let's
yeah. I had Dominique send you away. It wasn't working.
No, it worked out good because it came back and it was all
Joe, we thought you were having a stroke. It really did appear that way. It really did appear that way because, as I said, that did not happen before we went on the air. Our connection was just fine, and then after the intro played, you started fucking with me. Dan, it sounded like he was in a toilet. That's of course when you covered your AirPods. That was
not the toilet stroke.
No, it sounded like you were doing an impression of an AirPod that had fallen in the toilet. That was good. Well, Joe, it's Monday. Christmas is coming. Family coming through. What's the story with Christmas for you this year, Joe? Do you celebrate Christmas?
I do. In the sense of, I got 2 young boys. I like to buy them stuff.
Yeah, they're going to be expecting that.
So, I got some cool things for them, I got both the kids home. I actually have one home that I got the other day. As I mentioned, living that rock and roll lifestyle where I don't know where he picked that shit up from. Just falling asleep wherever he fucking falls, and...
Yeah.
But I got a Chance coming home tonight. He's actually probably just now boarding the plane very soon.
Wow. From, the Oregonian son.
Yes. He's coming from Portland, from PDX, and I'm excited for that. I'm always trying to get him to bring me food because the food up there is fantastic, and he never does it.
I only know of the donut place. That's the only I've been to Portland twice. I don't remember anything about the food though, to be honest.
There's this place up there. You can follow them on Instagram and you'll understand why I love it, but it's not until you try it. but this place called Pine State Biscuits, and
Ooh.
oh my God, they have this thing called the Reggie, and you'll be sitting there in line for I don't know, at least a good half an hour, and it's a
Oh,
small
okay.
little place. But
It's a
you
good
place
sign.
your order, you sit down in 10 minutes, you got your food.
Ooh, I
It's
love that.
completely worth it. Um, it's been a good 10 years since I've been up there. I think to go do it, but I'm always like, hey, can you bring me some voodoo donuts and some fucking Reggies because that shit is so dope.
I still, I know about the donut place, and I never even went. That's kind of a bummer.
I think what we need
Yeah.
to do is we need to get, when the pandemic dies down, if it ever
Mm-hmm.
does,
Yeah.
you, me, and Vic, we get a ticket and we fly out
Mm-hmm.
to Portland and we do a
Yeah.
live show the morning after in Portland
That would be
and eating
amazing.
some voodoo donuts and some
Yeah.
fucking Reggie fucking sandwiches.
We can sell tickets, and all 6 or 7 of our viewers can join us. And
Oh,
did
that'd
I
be
say I
dope.
meant 6,000, 7,000 is what
Right.
I meant to say there. Uh, that would be sick. I would love to do a live show. I mean, all of our shows are live, but I know what you mean. Like live together. You and I, we've been hosting this show for over a year and a half now, and we've never been in the same room together while the show's happening. I don't even know how that would work, actually.
Right. I think it'd be fun for the 100th episode. What
Our
episode are we
next
on now?
episode,
Like
I was just going to
17?
tell you, our next episode is our 50th episode, Joe.
Damn, Gina.
That's right, man. Our 50th episode is our next show. That'll be fucking next week on the 27th, if we're doing that. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta check, have Dominique check the
Probably take a
schedule, see
little
if...
time off during the holidays. Are we?
I was gonna say, yeah, I think we might actually have that day off, but I'm gonna check Dominique, and she
Paid
runs the
holiday, my
schedule.
friend. I don't think
Yeah,
I don't think
holiday.
the producers of the morning after TV can afford to pay you and me both double time.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. So next week, Big Joe and I are not going to be here. I've just been told. Thank you, Dominique. Yeah, next Monday we got the week off. We're taking a little holiday break. We'll be back on January 3rd. That'll be 2 days after my birthday.
Oh,
I'll be
doing anything
36.
fun for your birthday?
I don't know. I don't know. I
Going
don't
to
have anything.
Disneyland?
I don't know. I don't have anything planned, but I do have a I have a excellent fiance that likes to do cool things and surprise me, so who knows. But I don't have
Ooh,
my hopes
wink,
up
wink,
on
nudge,
anything.
nudge.
I just want to chill, man. I just want to have a good day. I don't care what we do. I'm mostly just concerned about the food. I just want to eat good food. That's all I want to do.
Like a Reggie's from Portland.
I want a Reggie's. It sounded great. Yeah, I want a Reggie. Did you even explain what the Reggie's is?
Nah, I didn't. It's that good. You don't need to.
It's a surprise. Good, good. Don't tell me then. Don't tell me.
Right.
So yeah, folks. Well, shit, man. I hope you have a good Christmas, man. You got both your kids there. That's gonna be fun.
That is super fun for me.
Mm.
I'm always real happy when I got my kids at home.
Yeah.
I know that the only thing I really have planned, moving up here into the hills, there's a band, Bless Curse, that are now my neighbors, and they're playing a show at the Boardwalk on New Year's Eve, and I think I'm gonna go check
New
that
Year's
out.
Eve. Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, is who's headlining? I think I saw a flyer for that. It was a big band headlining, right?
Patriot.
That. Oh, okay. Never mind. Well, I guess they're big. That man, I did not mean that as a diss. I'm so sorry. That's
Oh.
that sounded like a diss. I was like, it's a big band, right? And you're like, Hatred. I'm like, never mind.
Oh
Uh,
no, I mean,
I'm so sorry. Hatriot. Cool. I've known a couple guys that have played in Hatriot. It's impossible for me to see that band name and not read Hat Riot.
we
I
might need
get
to
it. It's
come up
like
with a band called
Patriot.
Hat Riot.
Yeah, it's like Patriot but with H, like hate. But
Yeah, Patriot.
I can't see that. I only read it as Hat Riot. Um, with respect to them, they're killer. And I think Steve Souza was in that band for a second, but then he left and just gave it back to his kids, because he has 2 sons in that band, or at least one. At least one kid is in that
Yeah, I'm
band.
not quite sure um, who is in it, but I know both of his boys are musicians, and
Yeah.
at least one of them are in it. I want to say his name is Cody, the bass player.
Yeah, that's it. Remember Justin played in that? Justin from Warsythe, guitar player.
Was he in that band?
Yeah, I remember Justin Sakugawa was
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was in Hat Riot. Drew Gage, who was in Invection. Remember, he was in Hat Riot too. I've known a lot of Hat Riots, but I've never actually seen them or enjoyed them. I do enjoy them. This is great. This just in. JP says Hat Riot isn't it. How dare you?
Right. The internet is forever.
You know, we don't talk a whole lot of shit on this show. I have to give us credit for that, because there are situations where my assholey sharp tongue wants to keep talking, but I think Joe and I have showed a measurable amount of restraint on this show. Not that we're out here just talking shit all day, but it's, you know, you got a microphone and an hour and a half to kill. Who knows what's gonna come out? But please back it up. Hat Riot is cool. Sorry, Hatriot is cool. Damn, I'm blowing it. No, Hatriot's cool band. That's my last. That's my last word on the subject.
Damn. Stamp
yes.
It. Seal it and mail it.
Seal it and mail it. So you're gonna go see Hatriot, and is it Blessed or Blessed Curse?
Blessed. Is it Blessed?
I always said Blessed, but I didn't know if it was Blessed or I've never been.
I think it's Blessed.
Briefed. Okay.
You know what? Honestly, I
you
still
better
call
figure
him
it out.
Devastator. I still call him Devastator. I've never acknowledged the name change.
How do they feel about that?
I don't know how they feel about that, to be completely honest.
Why did they change their name? They were known as a OG Bay Area re-thrash band as Devastator. Why did they change?
You know, I'm not 100% sure why they decided to do that, but you know, I know there's a lot of bands that end in ER, so maybe that was the thing.
Yeah, ER, OR, TION.
OR, ER.
A lot of TION bands. Some of my favorite bands are TION band. What's your favorite TION band? I think mine's Dissection.
Dissection's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to Dissection in quite some time.
Yeah, I kind of cringe when I listen to him now, but just because the singer guy he kind of turned me off with his final. He like went to jail for like killing a guy, which sucked, and then his weird cosmic Satanism shit just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and then he done killed himself. I was like, oh man, can't get behind this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never knew that.
Yeah,
and that sucked too.
That
sucks when you like somebody for their art and then you find out they're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like, man, I thought that this was cool. You know, any type of artist or any type of public figure, you're like, damn it, like I actually really like that.
I'm not canceling anyone or anything, but I those first two Dissection records will always live in my heart. But kind of a yeah. That's all.
What's your favorite TION? You know?
What's your favorite TION band, Joe?
I don't know.
You're making me come.
You're making me.
I'm doing what?
Blank, you know. You're making me do something unexpected, and it feels just so right. All
right, we'll come back next week.
Check the toilet bowl after this.
Yeah, we'll talk about TION bands 2 weeks from now. Well, hey, what do you say we wrap things up, man?
I mean, if that's where this is going, I'm gonna support that.
Yeah, I don't want to make fun of any more bands before. God, yeah, sorry about that. Folks, it's been a great show. Thank you for joining us. I really do appreciate it. All 7,000 of you. Wow, look at that. Oh, 8,000 just went up. Thank you to all 8,000 of you viewing us today. If you want to follow us, that means a lot to us. Please follow us on Instagram at The Morning After TV. You can follow Big Joe at BigJoe616. You can follow me at JP_SRB. As always, today's episode is sponsored by Trilogy brand medicated beef jerky. Trilogy 123 beef jerky. You like the cotton candy Trilogy, right? Isn't that what you told me, or was it bubblegum?
It's bubblegum.
Bubblegum. And then Vic had a favorite too. What was Vic's favorite? It was good. It was like cookies and cream or some shit like that. I forgot what it was.
What he said.
Yeah,
it was a flavor I haven't tried yet before.
They're all good. They send us a big box every month, and and trying all the different flavors of Trilogy medicated brand beef jerky. So shout out to them for sponsoring the show another week. Really, really appreciate it. Please send us an email. This stuff is fun for me and Dominique, who looks through the mailbag. morningaftertv@gmail.com. Please send us an email. I will look at whatever you send. We might talk about it on the show. So send away, folks. Subscribe, follow us, do all that good stuff. Please make an emote. Thank you. Maybe just Joe's beard. Now that is a great idea. How do I do that?
Right.
I will go on YouTube and I will check a tutorial, and we will try to make an emote. That is a great idea. That is constructive. Maybe just Joe's beard. Joe, I'm going to need you to take a high quality photo for me today. Get your camera, clear background, nice light. Get me a shot of that beard. We'll try to make it an emote. Do you know what an emote is, Joe?
Like from the emu family?
You got it. Yeah. It's just like a
music?
ostrich. Yeah. No. It's like an emoji that you put on Twitch. It's like Twitch's versions of emojis, if I understand correctly. I really don't know anything about my own medium. I should try to figure this out.
It's not like what you call like a murder of crows, like a group of emo kids. They're emote.
An emote.
A flock of emote is coming our way.
Yeah. That crew in high school that you'd look at and kind of like, who are those guys?
Like,
that was
okay,
an
keep
emote.
it down. The emotes are showing up.
Yeah. Well, it's an emote, correct? A group is an emote. That's good to know.
Emo kids is emotes. An emote.
Isn't it funny how words...
Emoti?
Emotai. Isn't it funny how words work, Joe? So strange. A bunch of crows is a murder. How did they arrive at that?
I know, isn't that cool? Murder of Crows.
That is cool, but
that's a band name right there.
But why? I must know.
I don't know.
Right,
I couldn't tell you that.
Let's wrap this thing up before we get on to another subject. I really appreciate everybody watching. You guys are the best. You guys who watch live, I love you guys. The folks that watch on YouTube after the fact, love you guys just as much. We're here. We're talking to you. Appreciate it. You can follow us on YouTube or subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. That's a better one. Here's an emote. That is, who is that guy? I don't know who that guy is, but that could be you, Joe. So we're going to work on that. Thank you for that. Thanks to those who watch. Thank you for those who watch on the repeat. Guys, we're not here next week. Maybe we'll play a rerun. But if you want the live, real deal Holyfield, we're not going to be here. But we will be back January 3rd, 2 weeks from today. Okay? So we're going to wrap it up. Joe, is there anything you want to plug, anything you want to talk about before we say goodbye?
Like always, no. Everything everything I have is pretty much secretive right now. It's still in baby stages. I am working on music. Always working on music, and that's not going to be ready until it's ready. So you're just gonna have to be patient. But I don't know. I can't wait to present it.
You're like a mom cooking in the kitchen. It'll be ready
right? Say
when
the
it's ready.
Fuck out of my kitchen.
It'll be ready when it's ready, and I can't wait to present it. Okay? So just sit the fuck down.
Hold the fuck on.
All right. Well, hey, happy holidays to everybody. I hope you guys have a good time over the next 2 weeks. We'll see you in 2022. Whoa.
Time traveler.
We got stop commenting, people. We're trying to I'm just kidding. Please keep commenting. I had clients come in and y'all made them laugh, so thank you for doing what you guys do. You should not have this on at work. Okay? Folks, wear headphones, okay? You should not have this on at work.
How to Get Fired 101.
Yes, we were talking about a band called Cumstain earlier. Please, mute us. Just kidding. No, we really appreciate it. And thanks to your clients. Shout out. All right, guys, let's get the hell out of here. Thank you again for watching. We're live every Monday except next week at 11 a.m. twitch.tv/YoungPopeTV. We appreciate every one of you for watching, and we will see you next year in 2022. All right, so for Big Joe, I'm JP. Salute. We need a sign-off. We really need a sign-off, Joe. You know when you said love, peace, and chicken grease that one time?
You know, I think that's always been you.
No, you said that.
I don't know if I ever did.
I'm positive you did, but I'm just I
remember one week you said that I said it all the time.
Look, I just wasn't sure if you had come up with that, so I was hesitant to continue using it. I didn't want to use someone else's catchphrase.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, I might have been overcaffeinated one day, but yeah, I don't know about the chicken grease is weird, bro.
Love, peace, and chicken grease. I thought it was good. That was a good sign off.
That reminds me of like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or something, like, you know, like 90s, like when he's in college and wearing that jacket backwards and it's all funkadelic looking, you know.
Yeah. Okay, that's like something Will Banks would say, or No, he's Will Smith, not Will Banks. He's Will Smith.
Yep.
He moves in with
Carlton
the Banks family. Yeah.
Right.
Carlton Banks. All right. Shit. Folks, love, peace, and chicken grease. We'll see you in 2 weeks, guys. Have a happy holidays, and we'll see you 2022. Later.